But when it comes to historical information, accuracy, not to fit your narrative, but to examine the truth. Let's examine Charles II. We're talking about the 1600s here. Charles II was heavily involved in the Royal African Charter. That is, the company that was formed through the crown and went over to Africa, got some Africans, brought them back into the newly formed British colonies for enslavement. Charles would have also been aware of and endorsed the Barbados Slave Codes. Now, when it comes to historical figures, people can fight over what they look like all you want, but what they did is more important. 500 years from now, who knows if the technology will support our technology of today. The technology of back in the day was paint. Whether the person painted in acrylics, oils, charcoals, or in ink. So documentation that we're looking at today, their technology, we don't do that anymore, do we? We actually take photos now of our leaders. We don't paint them. So there should be absolutely no doubt as to who is who. But will you care about what they look like when you read what they did? And what a leader does stands in the annals of history. The annals of history have things like what laws were passed, what services were rendered to the masses, was there any genocides, was there slavery, starvation, wars, were there upheavals, or did the leader put laws in place and policies in place that caused economic growth, diversity of people groups? Was the leader a dictator? Did they lead the people into battle and won, or did they sever the people because of their policies? That is what is important when you look at historical figures. Not their dress, not their hair, not their shoes. What they did. And what Charles II did was to ensure that the British monarchy at that time, after the Restoration, we'll talk about that another time, was in place. He said, let me get some money up in this crank. Or better yet, good fellows, it is wise for us to endorse the colonizations of these newly formed Western countries. I do agree. The economic possibilities are endless. We can't send our people over there. You've proven it with the Irish. They can't handle the sun. But if we continue using the Africans, surely, my boys, we shall prosper into infinity and beyond. Let's make it happen. Charles II heavily endorsed, solicited, and ensured that slavery in these colonizing parts of the world was a thing. I don't know who is celebrating his presence, but not certainly people who understand his role in some of the most brutal slave codes that were ever made. And by the way, Humphrey Waldron in 1660 was sent to Barbados as governor. They had an assembly in place, but Humphrey Waldron said, "You're not going to pass these slave codes as I've asked you to. Really? So you're saying to me, even though I'm governor, that I can't have my way over here? You're treating your slaves like they're people." No. And did you not see that their populations are rising? They're almost the same equal in number to you. Silly cows. I'll fire each and every one of you. You're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. John, Harold. Oh, come on, Eugene. Edgar, I'm calling you. Sign these documents here. We've got all slave codes. Sometimes you all want history, but you just want the glamour of history. No, let's start examining the harsh realities of history. In this little island was used as an experiment that till this day still has the mind of so many people entrapped in subjugation